Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Makeup by Drexel. So today's video, I am going to be kicking off my first video of a 5-video series, and this is all going to be based around holiday and New Year's looks because I feel like Sephora and Ulta, like I had mentioned in my previous brow tutorial video, are just dropping bombs on us left and right, and we're getting all these absolutely amazing products thrown at us from every which way, from every type of makeup line that we can think of, from drugstore to a luxury brand. And I just wanted to go ahead and kick off this holiday glam series because I think it would just be fun to kind of give you guys my input on how I like to do my makeup for the holidays. This video in particular is going to be my go-to holiday glam look. What this video is going to be based off of is, I know everybody gets an incredibly hectic schedule around the holidays. You guys are working long hours if you work in retail. Either that, or you guys just have a lot of family and friends events, or you guys just throw a lot of parties, whatever it is. I just want to go ahead and give you guys some tips and tricks on how to take your everyday makeup and transform it into a holiday glam look very easily. There are some super good products in this video that I know that I personally love and that make my life a whole lot easier. And you guys can throw these products in your purse, in your backpack, what have you, and in just a couple of minutes transform your everyday makeup look into a nighttime glam look for the holidays. So with all this being said, let me stop talking because I'm tired of hearing my voice, and let's just go ahead and jump right into our video today. Okay, so I went ahead and I did my eyebrows, pinned my hair back, and I primed my lids with my Tarte Shape Tape, and then I just set it with a really neutral, almost off-white cream color all over my eyelids, under my brow bone. And today I am going to be using my beloved Jaclyn Hill palette from Morphe. I have been waiting forever for this palette. I wanted to purchase it online, but once I heard that Morphe was going to drop inside Ulta, I slightly lost it inside, and I heard that the Jaclyn Hill palette was also going to be inside Ulta, so I figured why not just wait and get instant gratification. It was probably only about 2 to 3 weeks once I was ready to purchase it, so I just waited it out. I finally got my little hands on it, and I'm super excited. The names of the colors are all listed on the back of the palette, so that way you guys know exactly what shades I'll be using from this palette. I kind of swatched a color already, but if you guys haven't seen the palette, which I'm sure everybody has because it's been everywhere, this is what the palette looks like. And the first color I'm going to be using today with my Wet n Wild crease brush is going to be Silk Cream, which is that color right here. So I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to get a little bit of Silk Cream on my Wet n Wild crease brush. Looks a little something like that. And then I'm just going to run it through my crease. This is my first time ever using the Wet n Wild crease brush, so let's see how I like it. Yeah, I'm digging this brush. For 99 cents, this is definitely a steal. For sure. This brush I talked about a little bit inside my makeup haul video. If you guys haven't seen that video, I will go ahead and I'll list it below in the descriptions or link it. You guys, this crease brush is super soft. Like, it's kind of ridiculous how soft it is. Okay. The next color that I am going to put into my crease to layer on top of Silk Cream is going to be the shade Butter. And that is going to be the shade right here. And I'm just going to run that through my crease as well. I don't know what it is about these colors from the Jaclyn Hill palette, but I feel like my brush isn't really picking up any. Like, it's almost like there's like a film over the shadows just because they're probably been pressed with a lot of pressure, so the pigment tends to hide a little bit. Oh yeah, there we go. I'm starting to get some color in there. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Let's go in with, I think it's Pookie. Don't hate me if I'm wrong, but it's going to be this shade right here. And I'm gonna start defining my crease with this. You guys, I am not getting any fucking pigment. Like, it swatches dope on my hand, but I'm not picking up any pigment on my brushes, and it's driving me crazy. So I'm just going to use that same 214 brush I was using for Silk Cream. I'm just kind of blending it now. I feel like I almost want to switch palettes. I think I want to start using my Too Faced Sweet Peach palette or my Kylie Bronze palette because I don't feel like I'm picking up any color for my crease. And I really want a pretty defined crease for this look, but we'll see, because I'm starting to pick up some color now on this eye. I'm just really like, I'm on the fence about this palette. I was so stoked for it, and I just don't feel like it's living up to my expectations, but it's early in the game. My mind can change. It's super early in the game, so I could definitely change my mind about this palette. Could be just because it's super, super fresh. I literally just took it out of the packaging right when I started this video. So it could be because it's just so new and I haven't... Oh yeah, we're getting there. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to pick up the color right below Pookie, which is Roxanne, and it is going to be this color. I'm going to be using my, oh god, what is this? I know it's a Morphe, oh, it's a 514 brush, so I'm also using the Morphe 514 brush. I'm going to go ahead and tuck it right in the corners of my eye. And I'm just doing little circular motions down to the lid. Yeah, see, now I'm starting to get color payoff. It's just that I really have to build it up because, like I said, this palette's so new. So I'm just tucking it right on the outside corner and down onto my lid. So the three that I was really drawn to, these are their swatches, is Faint, Sissy, and Little Lady. Go in and I'm going to go ahead and use Faint all over my lid. And use my Essence eyeshadow primer, which is, I don't know what shade this is. I want to say, oh, I think it's the second shade, and it's just like a cream. It's like a very light cream shadow base, and I'm gonna go ahead and just use the applicator right off of it. And it's a little doe foot applicator. It's really cute. I want to say that this was only $1.99, maybe $2.99 at the very most, but I really like it because it's really, really thin and it doesn't build up and start looking cakey on the lid, since I already have my Shape Tape on there. Do the same thing on the other eye. And I'm going to actually use an NYX flat brush. It's the number 14 brush. I'm going to go ahead and just use this guy, and I'm going to pack it right here in the corner. Be using Sissy. It's nice. Like, you can just mix them on your lid. Dude, they're super, super creamy. And I did my lid. I want to go ahead and I want to use the Morphe. This is the M522 brush. It's a little flat brush just like, and I'm going to use, I think it's called Jack. Like that deep cranberry color. Ooh, yeah, girl. And I'm just patting this in. Just building up that Jack's shade right in the corner, just with the flat brush. I'm just kind of blending it right into that last shade that I packed on, which was Sissy. And I'm just focusing on the corner, sort of creating like a V shape. And like, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up any fallout. And I'm also gonna go ahead and just kind of cut that eyeshadow. Do you guys hear my dogs? If you guys hear that sound in the background in any of my videos, it's because my dogs have trained themselves to literally knock at my door. They scratch at my door until I let them in. And it's so funny because it's like they know when I'm filming. They continuously scratch at the door, and then they'll start barking and going ham because I'm not paying attention to them. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to apply my eyeliner, and I am using the NYX, it's the Epic Ink Liner, and it looks like that. It's just like a felt tip. It's waterproof. It's the best eyeliner I think I found for myself. My eyes, like I said, are really sensitive and they're really, really watery. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to apply my liner, and I will be right back. I went ahead and I added my eyeliner, and I tightlined and added a good coat of mascara. So I want to go ahead and tell you guys a cute little secret of mine, which I'm sure everybody knows because I know last year the heavy metal glitter from Urban Decay, the Midnight Cowboy, the gold one, kind of blew up. But what I wanted to show you guys is if you guys don't have time to rush home and kick up your makeup for the nighttime, one way that you can go about doing that quickly, you could do it in your car, in a bathroom, where have you, is just go ahead and apply one of the Urban Decay heavy metal eyeliners. These are what they look like. This is going to be AC/DC and Glam Rock. And then this is the blue and the pink, but they actually just launched some new colors for this holiday season, and I went ahead and I picked up two at my local Ulta's. I'm going to go ahead and actually swatch the two that I bought, because I feel like the two that I picked up were actually really, really, really good colors for the holiday season. So let me go ahead and just kind of swatch them so you guys can get a look. So the first one is going to be Heavy Metal, which is this cutie pie right here. And then the other one is going to be Pyro, which is a clear iridescent one. They did make a more clear iridescent one before, but it had a lot of green in it. This one is full of multicolors, I feel like. So I feel like this color is super universal. You can use it with nearly any eyeshadow. But we're going to use a cute little pink one today. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the applicator. I'm just going to take it right outside. And I'm going to apply this glitter to the lighter parts of my eye, stopping right before the dark matte pink, or I should say cranberry shadow. So let me go ahead and let me zoom in. Oh my god, I just died inside. And I just smear it all over. You want to make sure that you're not bringing too much product on the applicator. You just want to use it pretty sparingly. Cute way to kick your makeup up without having to take off your eyeshadow or do anything crazy. It's literally, you're just layering it. The gold one is super popular. I'm sure I'll be doing a look using the gold one in this series, because that gold one I live for. The gold and the silver I really love. Those are usually my go-tos for New Year's, so maybe I'll do a New Year's look. The super nice thing about these liners from Urban Decay is the fact that even though you layer them on top of your eyeshadows, they do not break up your eyeshadow. That's something that really drew me to them, besides the fact that I used to work for that company. But I love them. There's a really easy way to kick up your makeup for birthdays, holidays, New Year's. They're incredibly thin, so you don't get these huge chunks of glitter irritating your eye when you go to take it off at night, or if you happen to accidentally fall asleep with it on. If you rub your eyes or you go to take it off in the morning, they are not all over your face like a typical glitter would be, and that's another thing why I really like them. And I'm going to move on, and I'm going to be using my Ardell Faux Mink lashes. These are in the style 812. And I really like these because they're just nice, they're natural, they're nothing crazy. And I feel like they're just going to go ahead and wrap the look together before we get into foundation and stuff. So let me just go ahead and I'm going to pop these on. Okay, so now that I went ahead and I put on my eyelashes, let's go ahead and get started with foundation. So I went ahead and I also primed my skin with the Marc Jacobs Invisible Undercover Primer. It's my favorite primer right now. I'm going to go ahead and then I'm going to use my trusty Milani 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. I use the shade number 6, and this is Conceal Imperfect. You guys can find this foundation at Walmart for like $8 or $9, but it's absolutely amazing. And I'm going to go ahead and use my Real Techniques, the buffing brush. And I absolutely love this foundation and this brush together. And I'm just stippling it on. Now this foundation does have a little bit of a scent, but it smells so good. It smells like super clean. And typically I don't like my foundations with any scent in them because my skin is super sensitive and fragrance usually makes me break out. But I've been using this foundation for some time now, since summertime, and I absolutely adore it. I would say that it's definitely a dupe for Urban Decay's Naked Skin. It just has a little bit more coverage than Naked Skin, but it's extremely lightweight, which is why I really like it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my Shape Tape, my Tarte Shape Tape, And I'm going to apply this just underneath the eye area. And I'm sure you guys have heard with this concealer, a little bit goes a long way, so just make sure that you're using it sparingly. And then I'm just going to use my regular beauty blender, and I'm going to go ahead and just blend this out. My beauty blender is damp. Okay, then I'm going to use my trusty Dulce De Leche cream. This is what I use for contouring, and it's by Sephora. It's just their Sephora brand concealer. Has a doe foot applicator, so it makes application super easy. I'm going to blend out my harsh edges in a little while. The thing with highlighting and contouring with creams is it can get really crazy really fast, as you guys can see, and like normally I feel like I would be freaking out, but just because I think I've gotten so used to how I'm used to doing my cream contour that it's not scary to me anymore. It's just really about being patient and taking your time and blending. So I'm going to go ahead and use that L'Oreal sponge that I also listed in my makeup haul. It looks like this, and it has some depth to it, and this is specifically for contouring. So I'm going to see, as I blind myself, I'm going to see how it works with using my nose contour, because that's more so why I bought it. So I'm really excited to see how this works. I'm actually really liking this sponge. It's a little bit more on the stiff side, and I probably would have got it wet, so I'm just going to take the butt of my beauty blender and just kind of finish blending it. Okay, I'm also going to take the butt of my beauty blender and finish blending my contour. And make sure everything is creaseless underneath my eye. And then I'm going to go ahead and just set right underneath my eye. And right after I set my under eyes, I like to go in with my all over powder that I use to set my foundation. And the powder that I like to use is the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 240. Again, you can find this at your local Walmart. And I'm just kind of stippling my powder to build that coverage, going over that contour. I like the contour to look like it's coming through. I don't like it to look like it's just sitting on top of my skin. And then I'm buffing it out after I stipple. A bronzer brush, this guy, and I'm gonna mix my Hoola bronzer from Benefit. I'm gonna mix this, and I'm gonna mix it in with a Cokie contour color. So let me lay my Hoola down first. And for some of you, Hoola just might be enough. I'm not saying that you absolutely have to do this. I'm just showing you guys how I like to contour. This brush I'm using is a Morphe M556 brush. So the next item that I'm going to be using is the Tarte blush, and this is what it looks like. Like how I said that, Tarte. Reminds me of the B-52s when I say it like that. Okay, so I'm just going to be using this little, I want to say it's a Japanese blush brush or a contour brush, and I'm just going to be using this as my blush brush. I just want a light wash on the cheeks. I'm not like a huge blush person. I'm sure I've mentioned that numerous times already. I love to buy blushes, but I'm not a blush girl. I don't know what's wrong with me. Actually go in with my Ben Nye. It's a really red lip liner number 120. And this is what it looks like. These lip liners are... Today's lip color that I'm going to be using is the Colourpop Avenue red lip color. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to start lining my lips. And I like to work from the outside. Towards the center. This again is Colourpop's Avenue Liquid Lipstick. I absolutely love this color. Now, this red isn't necessarily going to work for everybody, and this isn't the color red that necessarily everybody really likes. So I do recommend, you know, you can go to CVS, you go to Ulta, you go to Walgreens, department stores, Sephora, wherever it is that you want to go, to find a red lipstick that works best for you. Like I said, not every red lipstick is going to work for everybody. Some people prefer blue or undertone. Some people prefer more of a deep purpley undertone. It's totally up to you. It's your preference. And don't get scared away when wearing red lipstick. There's something very empowering and something very beautiful about wearing a red lipstick, especially during the holidays. Give yourself a chance. Wear a red lipstick out and just try it. I guarantee you, I absolutely guarantee you guys that you will be asked at least once or complimented on your red lipstick. It's like a staple. When holidays come around, you have to at least rock a red lip at one party or another. Okay guys, this is going to conclude my first ever holiday look. This is my go-to super easy, super quick holiday look. Just using the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Eyeliners. God, that was such a tongue twister to get out. I just, like I said in the video, I just go ahead, layer it over some eyeshadow I already have, and throw on a bold lip. This is a super easy look that anybody can achieve using just a few simple products. I know I used a lot of products in the video, but just use what you have at home. And like I said, it's all about finding the right red lip shade for the holidays. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to turn on your notifications. Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat will all be linked down below. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop some comments in the comment section. Other than that, I will catch you guys again in my next video. Bye guys!